Previously on the Phil Hendrie Show.
All right, here is West Los Angeles on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
How dare you? How dare you? I was beaten as a child all my life. I had scars on my face. I had bruises all over me. Don't even go there. And I couldn't even. I got to tell you something. You talk about respect.
I bet you
talk about loving your family. I got to tell you something. If you were my mother, I would kill you if you came after me. God
All right, hold on.
God loves me.
All I'm asking is that you watch your language, okay?
Okay,
I realize that it's very emotional, and I agree with you.
I'm sorry.
That's perfectly fine.
You should follow the commandments. Say honor your mother and father.
I don't care about the Ten Commandments.
You don't. You're not Christian.
Let me tell you something. I was beaten with a twig. I was beaten with her fingernails. I was beaten with a pot. A pot was banged over my head because I dropped some milk on the floor. And you're telling me that people should be beaten? Lady, I feel sorry for your kids. And let me tell you about Elian. Did you ever think that he loved his mother and that he wanted to be with his mom and not his dad?
No,
as a 5-year-old, you're attached to your mom.
He got in his mom's face.
Lady, all I can say is I hope that I wish somebody would take a twig and beat the crap out of you until you bled so much that you wouldn't. I'm sorry. I mean, you are so wrong.
Yeah, all you have to do now.
All you have to do. You don't beat anybody. You don't beat anybody.
There's an old Negro spirit.
Lady, have you ever been beaten? Have you ever been beaten?
I tell you, I took a switch to my grandson.
Have you ever been beaten with a twig?
With a twig?
Have you ever?
Let me answer your question, all right?
Okay, have you ever been beaten?
Let me answer your question, all right? First of all, a twig, somebody beat me with that, I laugh. That's a little tiny twig.
Have you ever been beaten?
With a twig?
With anything, have you been beaten?
I got beat at gin rummy one night, all right?
Why don't be a smart ass, okay?
Lady,
have you ever been beaten?
If I tell you right now, I choke you. That's how much I hate you.
I'd kick you right in your snatch.
Well, you know something?
Whoa. God, come on.
Well, she's talking about
you're a God-loving woman. God-loving woman. The way you talk.
No, I love Jesus, but you say you beat me up. Now, you know I put my boot up your ass. I'm not going to let you do that to me.
You know something?
And
the woman says she went through trauma as a child. Do you not have any sensitivity to this, okay? Now, you're saying that Elian Gonzalez, when he gets back to Cuba, she get the whooping of a lifetime.
Look at all the crap he started. Look at you and I and this lady was screaming at. He started all this stuff.
Did you ever think that his mother loved him and wanted something better for him? And that
he said, I want to take a boat ride up to America.
Wait a minute. Are you in Elian's brain? Have you been in his brain? Do you know what he was thinking?
You know what he's thinking?
This lady was an abused child.
Well, neither do you, but he's a child. He's 5 years old, and he probably loved his mother so much. And when his mom said, let's go, he wanted to be with his mom. You don't know any different. You know no different.
I think that's bullcrap. I thought.
Well, you know something? I hate to see your kids and how they're grown up. And I would even hate to be married to you.
I think that.
I would hate to be married to you. You know something? I'm sorry for anybody who would beat their kid.
I think you should listen to a Negro spiritual.
Like you do.
Oh, dear Jesus.
I'm sorry, Phil.
Dear Jesus, hand me my switch.
You know
Come on down like
a
son of a bitch. I'll tan his hide 7 shades of red.
Is that all you can do?
Lazarus, he'll be raised from the dead. Oh, yeah.
Will you stop it with your spirituals?
What?
Stop it with your songs.
Do you have any sympathy for anybody in your life?
I'll tell you right now. I believe I raised 9 grandchildren. I raised 6 children.
Do you have any sympathy? Do your grandchildren?
I love my grandchildren. I love my son. But I'll tell you right now, my son ran away from home.
You already told that story. I know, and you beat him until he bled.
I tied him to a door.
Did you ever
to a door.
Why he ran away? Did you ever ask him why he ran away?
He ran away because he wanted to start some stuff down at a warehouse.
Everybody with you is starting stuff.
Did you ever think it had to do with you? Did it ever?
No, it didn't have nothing to do with. He wanted to go smoke a cigarette down at the warehouse.
But wait a minute. Did anything ever have to do with you? Did you ever cause any problems?
I was perfect mother.
That's what I thought.
You were perfect.
I was perfect.
That's what I thought.
But I beat that child. I tied him to a door and beat him with a hanger.
Let me ask you, did you beat him in the most perfect way you could?
I think I got the message through. Yes, I did.
Oh, well, good. I am so happy for you.
But let me ask you, your mother beat you, but I bet you it straightened you out, didn't it?
Oh, no, wrong.
Oh, God.
Wrong. Let me
straightened her out.
I rebelled more because of what happened to me.
You need to be beaten more.
I got to tell you something. I am successful
I'd have to
the way I grew up. I got to tell you something.
All right, hold on.
Phil Hendrie. Flashback.
Anyway, hi, Phil Hendrie Show, 1-800-449-8686. $121,000 for my friend's place, a resource center for homeless and runaway youth in Hollywood. We've raised that with the sale of the Best of Phil Hendrie Show CD. And thanks to the guy who sent his CD back, he had a busted jewel case. He said, I want one that's wrapped with a jewel case that ain't busted. So we'll get it right back out to you, pal. The problem is I don't have them here. They're over at my friend's place. So it could take months, but we got your money. And that's all that counts. Just keep in mind, When we get your $20, that's what really counts. Whether you get the CD or not, we don't care. That's right. Every little bit helps when it goes to my friend's place. $3.50 shipping and handling, $20 for the CD. We got a community outreach question that we want to ask, and that is basically something that's been in the news. We'll open the lines up now, 1-800-449-8686, 1-800-449-8686. And here is the question. And this is our community outreach question of the day that I sort of brainstormed a little bit with Mike Schaefer and Melissa Morgan. After seeing the story about Patsy and John Ramsay taking the lie detector test, offering to take the lie detector test, I thought an appropriate question would be, should they? And the reason why I asked that is there may be some who think they've been through enough. They've explained themselves enough. They have been on television with Barbara Walters. They have spoken through their attorneys. They have suffered the death of a child. Is it time to leave these people alone and move on? Move on, find a life, find a suspect, find a viable suspect, as opposed to the constant harassment of this couple. And that is our community outreach question of the day at 1-800-449-8686. Should we not, or should we, insist that these people take this lie detector test? Should John and Patsy Ramsay take a lie detector test to prove their innocence or their lack of culpability in the very tragic, the very horrific, and the very obscene death of their daughter, Joan Benet? It has been some 4 years, close to anyway, and no closer to a suspect are the police. And I'm sorry, it could very well be that the Boulder police are up against a very slick criminal here. And who knows if the guy is still alive. I say guy, woman, whoever. So that's the question, and you tell us here at 1-800-449-8686. Do you think that the Ramsays should take this lie detector test? 1-800-449-8686. Mike Schaefer is running through the calls. Go to our first call. Corona, you're on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
Phil, how are you doing tonight?
Good. But it is the middle of the afternoon.
I'm sorry, I'm a little bit nervous. I didn't think I'd get on so fast, but I wanted to answer your question because it's something that I have taken a lie detector test.
Yeah, Mike tells me that you took a lie detector test as part of a potential divorce.
I took a lie detector test in 1994 as a result of some suspicion that my wife had. But I wanted to say, I want to answer your question first.
Okay, so do you think that they should? But I want to hear a little bit about this. You took a lie detector test, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, I want to hear about that, but I want to know what your opinion is. Should the Ramsays take a lie detector test?
No, sir, I don't.
You do not. Why?
Because I think Patsy Ramsay's innocent. I think that if you look at this woman, I don't think no woman who has brought a baby girl up in the world like she do, who had taken care of a baby girl the way she do, and I'm talking about that baby girl that she had, Joan Benet, was a very well taken care of baby girl. She had never been, doesn't look to me like she'd ever been abused. She was in beauty pageants. Obviously her parents groomed that child very beautifully, nourished that child very well, educated that child to the very best of their ability. It's obvious to me that child was the apple of her mother's eye. And no woman would have a baby girl would look that pretty and then want to kill her. And
so you think that she is innocent and therefore should not take the test?
I think the woman is innocent. I think that John Ramsay's innocent, and I think the further insistence on a lie detector test only further harass them. I think they want to make them look like a fool.
Do you have any ideas as to who did it, sir?
Mr. Hendrie, I think it's obvious that, I don't know who did it. I think some retard or someone with epilepsy or some retard come in the window and beat her head into a cement post. That's what I think happened. But I'll tell you right now, I do not think that...
So you think it was a stranger that came into the house?
I think it's some stranger, like I say, some mental retard or some person who's got some psycho tendencies or what have you. But I have...
All right, let me get over to your experience with a lie detector test, because I'm not familiar with it. We've seen it on television.
Let me say, Phil, that there is nothing more nothing more nerve-wracking than taking a lie detector test, because you don't really know if the answers you're given are going to be perceived by the person administering the test or the machine that they're true. And my wife had asked through her attorney that I take a lie detector test about what she perceived to be infidelity on my part with a 17-year-old babysitter who had been taking care of our children. When my daughter was 4 years old and was still in preschool, we would regularly have a girl from the street look in on her and sit with her and whatnot. And
this girl was 17?
My daughter was 4. The babysitter? Babysitter is a young lady who's 17 years old. My wife, from the time that I had hired this girl, was suspicious of her.
Now, is that unusual for a man to hire a babysitter? I don't know. Generally, my wife does all of that.
No, it's not. It's not unusual, because I knew her father, and two of the people on the block that we considered I'd done business with these people. I'd done business with her father, so he had recommended her to us.
Okay.
So I was going to, excuse me, I'm a little bit nervous. So I was going to take her home one night. My wife suspected that I was cheating on her or with this babysitter.
Did she have any reason?
She just felt that there was something going on, because I would take the girl home after we come home. There would nothing ever happened. But I was administered a lie detector test. And I did recall in my mind one incident when I was driving this girl home. She did lean over when I was dropping her off at the house. She did give me a kiss. She had reached over, and I did not do anything wrong, and I had pushed the girl away. But she had reached over, and she put her hand on my penis, which is underneath my jeans. I was wearing my...
Okay. Did you initiate?
No, I did not initiate anything. But she put her hand on my penis, and she kissed me. It was a kiss on the cheek, but she obviously wanted something more. I didn't do anything. I pushed her away. And when I was thinking about that, when I was taken, it was unwanted by me. I want you to know that.
I understand that, sir. You did not initiate, and this girl, who should have been, her parents should have been talked to right away.
I understand that, but the point is that when I took the lie detector test, I flunked, because I thought about that when he said to me, "Have you ever cheated on your wife?" And I was thinking about that. I was half thinking that I had, even though I'd not done nothing. That's what happens in a lie detector test, because I'm a married man. And this girl couldn't help herself around me because of the fact that I'm married. So Patsy Ramsay's got to be careful. Otherwise, they're going to find out every time that she might have spanked the child or nothing like that. And
hold the line here. I want to hear the rest of the story from this guy. Anyway, we're asking, it's our community outreach question. Do you think the Ramsays should take the lie detector test? This guy took a lie detector test and flunked it, even though he was telling the truth. Our number is 1-800-449-8686. This babysitter incident he's talking about. 1-800-449-8686. Phil Hendrie Show. This bumper music that is particularly bad is from the porno disc that we have. You know what? Nobody gets it. I think we ought to take that disc and run over it. Run over it. Yeah, run it over. Because no one gets the fact that it's from 70s porn, whatever. It's still crap bumper music, which is, if there's one thing that we all specialize in the talk radio game, it's that. Okay, on the line with us is a caller from Corona. We're talking about whether Patsy and John Ramsay should take the lie detector test. You took a lie detector test, sir. You flunked it even though you were telling the truth.
That is correct.
Now, you had been with a babysitter, 17 years of age. She came on to you, but you felt that you were cheating on your wife?
They tell me that emotionally you'll feel like you are cheating on a person, even though that I was not. She had come on to me because, for whatever reason, she was sexually attracted to me. My wife suspected I was unfaithful to her. And
why don't you think that Patsy Ramsay is possibly guilty of this?
I just think that she's not. I don't. You look at the baby girl that she raised up, and that child is well groomed and taken care of very nicely. I don't think no woman would ever kill no kid that you invested so much money in. Because and that's a good point. Because if you invest that much money in a kid, why would you want to kill a kid?
Okay, since you have had a lie detector test, I'll keep you on the line here for just a second. Portland on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
just because you believe that a retard broke into a house doesn't mean that they shouldn't take a lie detector test. And first of all, what does it have to do with
just don't think
money?
Excuse me?
Well, you're being blamed for having an affair with a babysitter. I'm sure you spend money on your children. Does that mean that you can't be accused of that? That it isn't possible that you would do that?
Do what?
Have an affair? Isn't that what you said?
I did not have no affair with my babysitter. My wife thought I did because the babysitter come on to me.
Did you go home and tell your wife that she came on to you?
Yes, I did. And my wife suspected I initiated the contact, which I did not.
Well, there's probably other issues there then.
Well, you're a woman, so naturally I got to be guilty of something. And that's fine.
That's not true.
That's how how most women are. You're a woman, I'm a man, so therefore I'm guilty of something. All I'm saying is that I don't think Patsy Ramsay...
That's your own insecurity there.
You just said it. You said, I'm sure there must be other issues. I think that Patsy Ramsay is innocent, and see, I'm a man sticking up for a woman. You can't do that for a man, though. You can't stick up for a man, can you?
Sure I can.
Why don't you stick up for me? What makes you think that I didn't come on to no babysitter?
This isn't about you, but originally I called because you're saying that some retard broke into their house.
You said. Hold on for a second. Hold on for a minute. The man said. Hold on for a second. You said, Steve, that quote a retard or someone with epilepsy came in.
Yes, somebody's got some kind of a brain problem.
You have a brain problem.
I have a brain problem? See, that's what I mean. I'm automatically guilty.
No, you're not. But you're coming on here. You can't even speak good English.
You're trying to find every reason to make me guilty of grabbing that babysitter's ass or whatever you think I did.
Oh,
Joan Benet is like a supercharged. See, that's the way women are, Mr. Hendrie. If you're a man, you're guilty, and that's fine. I'm used to it. But Joan Benet is like a supercharged sports car. You invest a lot of money in that kid, and you never run it into a wall. Why would her mother want to kill her after she dumped all that money into her career?
Why wouldn't she take the test if she didn't do it?
Because she knows they can trick you up, just what they did to me. And I'd suggest the same thing would happen to you, ma'am.
But you were already saying that you were thinking about that incident. They tell you that when you go in there, that you were thinking about that.
How do you know?
I know.
You've taken one, too?
I work for a police department.
Oh, okay. Thanks for your call. Newport Beach on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Anything else?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Or is there anything else?
Oh,
did you have something you wanted to say?
Oh, yeah, I don't understand why this guy thinks just because someone's child is good-looking that they're not guilty.
I said that lady would not invest all that money in that child's upbringing and then kill her.
What does that have to do with anything?
I just said, I'll say it to you again, I don't stutter. She would never invest all that money in that child's upbringing and then kill her.
Well, yeah, there's no reason for you to say that, though.
Well, I think there is.
Why would somebody kill anybody?
Why would anyone kill anybody? It's got to be motive. And that's
right.
The police department will tell you every time there has to be motive.
Well,
and what's the motive on this? There is no motive. I would suggest she not take that lie detector test.
She's jealous of her kid.
Yeah, right.
What do you mean?
Yeah, that holds up.
And if she's innocent, she'd take the test.
She's a baby. Okay.
I think that
she's a beautiful woman.
I think you're all over the
She's a beautiful woman. Okay. She's a beautiful woman who obviously, people don't understand me because I had been involved with a babysitter on a purely platonic relationship. And
were you involved with this babysitter or were you not?
It was purely platonic is what I'm saying. That we had conversations.
How old are you?
I'm 36.
And the babysitter was 17?
Yes, sir.
So you would drive her home at night after and you'd have platonic conversations?
Yes. It was purely chaste. She kissed me on the cheek and we'd talk about books that we read and film that we'd gone to.
Hold on. Phil Hendrie Show. Films. 1-800-449-8686. The Phil Hendrie Show. Phil Hendrie Show, 1-800-449-8686. So Patsy and John Ramsay have offered to take a lie detector test. At least one caller doesn't think that they should. And you don't think that they should because they've got nothing to be guilty for, so why put themselves through it?
No, just because, Phil, they have not done anything wrong, but lie detector tests can trip you up.
Now, I've heard it said that in a lie detector test, subconsciously, while you may not be guilty of something or you may not have done something, subconsciously you may think that you did for a lot of different reasons, and you'll go ahead and answer truthfully, but your emotions are saying something else.
That is correct, and that's essentially what happened to me. Because I had not done anything with this young girl except drive her home from the babysitting jobs, and yet she come on to me.
So that when you sat down and took the lie detector test,
I thought that I was guilty.
You thought you were guilty because you had reached over or she'd reached over and kissed you?
She'd reached over and kissed me. Now,
but you went on to say that you had a platonic relationship with her.
I did.
What was that about? And maybe you felt like you were cheating on your wife.
No, I wasn't cheating on her physically. And
well, let me just say this. Sometimes you can have an emotional relationship with somebody that feels as if you're cheating on somebody.
Well, the fact is that I was not. See, now you're making it sound like what I'd done was bad. And what I'd done was not bad. Any more than Patsy Ramsay. What Patsy Ramsay done with her daughter was bad. She put her daughter on a on a beauty pageant. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not against the law, and that's not against no law that I know about. But she put her daughter on a baby pageant. Everybody wants to think that she's killing her kid. You don't put that much money in a kid and then turn around and beat the kid's head against a cement post. You just don't do that. That's why I think the retard done it.
But I'm talking about you now, and the fact that you had this so-called platonic relationship with a 17-year-old babysitter.
That is correct.
And you'd sit in your car and you'd discuss film?
We would discuss film, books that we'd seen, different art exhibits. Going down to the LA County Museum of Art to see the Chagall exhibit. And
so you're sitting there in a parked car. What kind of car do you drive? Just out of curiosity.
I have a truck.
You're sitting there in your truck talking to a 17-year-old babysitter in Corona about the Chagall exhibit at the LA County Museum of Art.
See, you're laughing about it.
No, it sounds funny and almost implausible, but you know what, sir? I know that people can be accused of things they've never done, and so
That's exactly what happened to me, and that's what's happening to Ramsay, too.
Okay, I can understand that. It's just you sitting in a truck with a babysitter talking about the Chagall exhibit and films what kind of films?
Just movies that I'm interested in, movies that she's interested in.
Such as?
I don't know, Bicycle Thief, Z.
The Bicycle Thief and Z. Two foreign... All right, anyway.
What's wrong with that? I don't understand.
They just don't seem to be the kind of movies that...
See, that's the kind of assumptions that you make that her attorney made that make me look like a fool. See?
All right, I'm just... 1-800-449-8686. It's the Phil Hendrie Show. Corona. Hello?
Hi.
Yes, ma'am.
I definitely think that Company and the husband should definitely take a lie detector test.
Uh-huh.
They definitely
should. You need to turn your radio down.
When I told the babysitter about having to take a lie detector test, she told me that in order to pass it, I should smoke pot to relax myself before the test. So that's what I tried to do.
That'll just make you more paranoid. Is that it, ma'am?
No, and another comment I had to make to him about people with epilepsy, I don't understand that. My aunt had epilepsy. She never killed anybody. There are thousands of retarded people out there. They don't kill people. So I don't understand where you got that comment from and why that...
No, I'm just saying somebody with someone who got a brain disease.
Well, whatever.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from.
The people with epilepsy, they jump all over the place.
Have you ever known somebody to have epilepsy? No. You probably haven't, so I don't think that comment.
No, ma'am, I haven't. But one time when I was in school, there was a kid who had epilepsy when I was a kid.
Well,
and he fell on the floor and he was throwing a fit like something like you'd never seen.
But epileptic people don't just get up and go, "Oh, I'm just going to go murder some little girl today." It just doesn't happen.
Well,
ain't
that a brain disease?
It's more than likely a chemical imbalance.
It's not a disease that you're going to go out and kill somebody, is what the lady's
saying.
You don't exhibit pathological...
What about the retards?
Exactly.
What about
Oh, my God.
Well, no. See, everybody thinks Patsy Ramsay did it. I'm saying, no, she did not.
Okay.
And the reason why I say she didn't is...
Yeah, we know, because she wouldn't invest that much money in a kid.
You know what I don't understand? understand is who cares how much money they put into her? It doesn't necessarily mean that they're not going to kill her.
Well, ma'am, retards can't control their limbs. And maybe John Bonet got too close to a retard and their flying arms hit her to death or something.
Oh, my God. I cannot believe you. Are you that ignorant?
You're talking about epileptics, right?
I was talking about the ones, epileptics can't control their limbs.
Are you that ignorant? I'm sorry, but that is just so sad that you're that ignorant to actually blame people that have chemical imbalances on killing people. I'm really sorry about that for you.
Ma'am, we know from medical science that people with brain lesions can do aberrant things. They do strange things.
Yeah, psychological psychopath killers probably.
No, but some of them have brain lesions or what is called a brain scar. If you ever saw the film The Exorcist, they explain that. And
what do you mean The Exorcist, pal? Okay.
Obviously, you watch way too much TV and way too many psycho movies.
One thing that you said, sir, that is true. A brain scar, a brain lesion can cause fits and can cause some kind of weird motor activity. But I don't know that it's ever caused anybody to pick up a knife or a gun.
Exactly. That is exactly my point. Exactly.
Okay, then that leaves us with a retard.
Oh my God.
And what about them?
And retards, if you'll pardon the expression, don't have limbs flying all over the place that knock people unconscious.
Exactly.
Well, the lady keeps saying exactly. What do you know about it? So you're willing to believe that I done something with a 17-year-old girl that I never done?
Did I ever say anything to you?
I didn't. No, that lady didn't say anything about it.
Well, one of them did. One of the women you had call in did. And
well, it wasn't this woman, okay? Ma'am, thank you for your call.
Thank you.
1-800-449-8666. And by the way, just as a side note, I had a lady call and said she thought I treated that man rudely before the bottom of the hour when he called up and he said, hey, how you doing? And I said, is that it? I've never been a big fan of small talk and chit-chat and hey, how you doing? Because that indicates to me that we've got a professional talk show caller on the line. And if you want to spend like anywhere from 5 seconds to 0 with Phil on the phone on a radio show, start off with the professional talk show questions like, hey, how you doing? Love your show and crap like that. It's cool. You're a fine person. I'm sure your family loves you, but we don't want you on the air. And so I try to get people to the point. And when the guy said to me,
well, you're pretty hard, Mr. Hendrie, on callers. I've heard what you're hard.
You think I'm hard on callers?
I think you are sometimes, yes, sir.
I just don't like it when people, hey, how you doing? Bug off. Give me your comment or go fly a kite or do something else, okay? I don't have the time. And
well, you should be rude to know people.
I'm not rude. Maybe I am. I got something to do. I got places to go and people to meet, all right? I got to go see a guy about a dog. I can't talk to a lady about how I wasn't polite to a caller. You have to understand, with all due respect to the people that call talk shows, you're the bottom of the barrel, okay? Get to your point or bug off. That's exactly how we treat talk show callers on this show. You're not the star of the show. I am. You are here to lend support to me.
Jeez, what an asshole.
I'm an asshole, am I? I'm simply saying what is true about how I do my show.
I just think, sir, that I heard what you said to that man, and I thought you should have been a little bit better, I guess more polite or whatever.
All right, in the future, I'll try to be more polite, but in the future, I would appreciate it. It probably won't happen. In fact, having just said what I said, we'll probably get 85 million people calling up with, hey, how you doing today? Here's Redwood on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
Hey.
Yes,
Phil,
sir. How are you?
Good. I just wanted to tell the cat on the phone, man, as a married man, and I'm speaking to you as a man also, you need to understand that at 17, as a married man, you don't cross boundaries with a 17-year-old like that.
I do not cross. I cross no boundaries, sir. I drove her home.
But understand this, sir. Understand this, is that when you're sitting in a car with a 17-year-old girl and you're talking about art, movies, and whatnot, as a married man, you're crossing some serious boundaries.
You're crossing some emotional boundaries.
Exactly.
That you should only cross with your wife.
Exactly.
My God, I was talking about the Marc Chagall exhibit at the L.A. County Museum of Art.
But understand this, sir. The bottom line is that as a married man, you made vows to your wife to be committed to her and only her. And when you sit in a car with a 17-year-old girl, you open yourself up to have suspicions placed on you about infidelity. You have to understand that.
Can I just ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Did you ever see Jean-Paul Belmondo in Breathless?
What's that? No.
With Gene Seberg? You never?
No.
Oh, God. It is the most moving account of the criminal mind in terms of...
What's this got to do with what we're talking about?
Because I just love good film. I've always enjoyed good film.
So you discuss that good film with your wife and not a 17-year-old babysitter.
Did you ever see M with Peter Lorre?
Forget about it,
that
okay?
That has nothing to do with nothing.
Yeah, and even you know that you crossed the boundary, sir, because you...
Exactly.
I didn't cross the boundary.
No, but wait a minute, because you flunked the test. You said no, and they registered yes. So you were worried about it.
Well, I never cheated on my wife. That girl touched my penis.
And there's another thing, okay? You obviously were sending some messages for this girl to feel so forward that she would come onto you that way.
Exactly.
And all we did was talk, and I would give her samples. We smoked some pot together, and I guess that's wrong, okay?
Yeah,
Jesus.
That's wrong, brother.
Phil, can I say one other thing?
Yeah.
Please? The bottom line here is that, this man smoked marijuana with this girl, talked about movies with this girl. You created a spiritual and emotional bond with this 17-year-old girl to where she cannot understand the difference between you being an adult and being a child.
It was some
and that's what you have to understand.
It was some dope that we were sampling.
Oh, Jesus,
man. You're lucky that her father doesn't come out to the car with a baseball bat, okay, and cave in. Thank you very much for your call, sir. 1-800-449-8686. It's the Phil Hendrie Show here with a discussion of... I thought it was about Patsy Ramsay and John Ramsay and whether they ought to take a lie detector test. This gentleman who has taken a lie detector test from Corona, when his wife suspected him of cheating on her with a 17-year-old babysitter that he said he purely had a platonic relationship with, one in which they would discuss film, art, and occasionally share a joint. But he never, ever had a physical relationship with her. 1-800-449-8686, The Phil Hendrie Show. Phil Hendrie Show, 1-800-449-8686. So anyway, Patsy Ramsay, John Ramsay, they've offered to take a lie detector test. We've got at least one caller who thinks they shouldn't. He thinks that Patsy Ramsay shouldn't. She's not guilty. She shouldn't even have to hassle it. She couldn't have killed her kid because the kid, you don't invest that much money in a kid and then beat their head against a cement post. And on top of that, this man has been through the lie detector test experience. A 17-year-old babysitter was what his wife suspected him of, was who his wife suspected him of fooling with. And you were not doing that, and I understand that, sir, but you were sort of crossing emotional boundaries with this girl, having a platonic relationship, talking about The Bicycle Thief and M starring Peter Lorre, going to the Chagall. Did you take her to the Chagall exhibit? Or
I didn't take her to the Chagall exhibit, although I did want to take her to the Rothko exhibit.
And keep in mind, I don't know what you're talking about. Chagall, Rothko.
Well, no, Chagall was a semi-surrealist from Russia. Mark Rothko used.
Well, never mind. But I mean, these are artists. I take it, famous artists.
Yes, sir. They're tremendous artists. Also, there was the Entartete Kunst exhibit, which was the German impressionists from the Nazi era. And
yeah, okay, I got it. I understand that. I'm trying to figure out who and what it was. So she was into that?
She particularly liked the work of Otto Dix. She was very much enamored of the German impressionists, yes.
17-year-old baby. Okay. Here is Hollywood on the Phil Hendrie Show. Oops, hold on. Hollywood on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi. In the same way that this man has originally painted a picture of innocence to us by saying, he hadn't done anything, he just simply would drive the girl home, and then all of a sudden all this evidence comes out that he smoked pot with her, and they discussed...
Yes, the pot. I forgot about the pot.
This is a 36-year-old man who's really having an inappropriate relationship with a 17-year-old girl. Well, I think that the Benets did the same thing with their daughter. They painted this picture of innocence, and what a lie detector test will do is, if it does come back negative, then that will give us some more information to say, you know what, it's come back negative, let's do some more research. Let's investigate this further.
Let's harass them some more. Let's bug them some more.
You can call it harassing, that's fine. You need to be harassed a little more because you had that relationship with that girl. I think your wife needs to harass you a little more.
Why? Because I sat down and I had a platonic relationship with her.
No, you call it what you like. You can, of course, you're a 36-year-old man. You're gonna say what you're saying because it was a completely inappropriate relationship.
What was inappropriate about it?
You're 36, she's 17.
So there's plenty of people that get married that are 20 years apart. There's plenty of people. My grandfather and my grandmother got married when they was 20 years apart. Nobody believed
you and your wife. This has to do with you and a 17-year-old girl. It has nothing to do with your grandparents. They are no longer. Okay?
Do you ever take your wife to the?
Look, there are plenty of people that have relationships that are 20 years apart in age. That's not the issue. The issue is that I had finally found someone that I could discuss Jean Cocteau with, the movies of Jean Paul.
So be honest, then you did.
I didn't have no sexual relationship. I didn't have no sexual.
So you need to be honest.
Can I have a friend? Can I have no friend?
That's fine. You do whatever you want to do. But
okay, thank you. You just said I could do it.
You're being dishonest. No,
how am I dishonest?
Well, first of all, you didn't tell us you were smoking pot with her.
And I think that Patsy Ramsay is not going to invest all that money in no kid.
Well, we see what your priorities lie. We see what your values are, and we see what your priorities lie, and that obviously because they were spending money on her, that to you means that their daughter meant something. I don't care.
Look, lady, I'm good people. Patsy Ramsey's good people. I don't have a lot of money.
You're not a good person.
I
don't know the Ramseys, and I don't know if they're good people or not.
I'm just simple people.
Assume that they are good people without knowing them tells me what your value system is.
I have a beer on the weekends. I like to watch, arts and entertainment.
I'm not trying to get to know you either, so that's fine.
I'm not trying for you to get to know me. I just want you to know I'm good people. I'm good people.
You've been on this radio station, and it's been more about your life than it has been about the Ramseys.
The Ramseys, and I thought that's what we were talking about.
Because my wife suspected me of fooling around with a 17-year-old just because I smoked a joint with her.
Well, why don't you spend some time with her?
Smoke a joint with your wife. I think she'd appreciate that. All right, ma'am, thank you for your call. Here is Culver City on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
Hi.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I just think this guy needs to be really careful about who he accuses of committing those murders. I mean, my brother and sister are both epileptic. When they're in the middle of a seizure, there's no way they could calculate something like a murder and carry it out and also stump detectives and police officials. There's just no way that can happen.
Can't you kill nobody when you're being, all in a fit and everything?
No,
like
you
with a gun
can't climb
and stuff?
in a window and then, kill somebody and cover your tracks when you're in the middle of a seizure.
I thought that epileptics acted crazy and stuff.
Yeah, they fall on the floor and they have a series of neural fits, because they're having these synapses going off like crazy, okay?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It means that basically their chemical imbalances in the brain are off temporarily and
One time I heard about a guy,
this
person had an epileptic fit, and a friend of mine tried to stick his hand in their mouth to keep him from swallowing their tongue, and they bit his hand off almost.
That's because their muscles are contracting. He was not aware
That's
of
a violent
anything.
act. That's a violent act.
No, it's not. He didn't know what was going on. If you stick your fingers in somebody's mouth who's having strong muscle contractions, you're going to get bit.
But isn't it possible that John Bonet was trying to help somebody in an epileptic seizure and they bit him or something?
In the basement of her house, an epileptic crawls through the window and has a seizure. John Bonet tries to keep them from swallowing their tongue, and they bite her to death.
All I'm saying is...
You've got to be some kind of a moron to come up with that one.
And you have no idea what you're talking about.
A homeless epileptic looking for a warm place to have a fit.
They don't do that. They don't do that.
They're not looking for a warm house to have a fit in.
Epileptics...
That's my understanding.
No, epileptics are like normal people, everyday normal people that
like
live...
Mr. Hendrie, sure.